Hello there, and we are live in the south with Lovenest as Soviets versus Talisman in the north as the Wehrmacht. And tell us a little bit about this matchup, Tightrope, and tell us a little bit about what we can be expecting to see.
Well, this is the upper bracket finals, I believe. Both these players have not been defeated so far, and they've looked nigh on unstoppable.
They absolutely have. The scores, of course, have been reset to 0-0. This is a fresh match in the series. This is the upper bracket final. The winner of this match is going to go into the grand final with a nice advantage. Having not lost, they'll be a little bit fresher. They don't have to play as many matches today. And they'll be unbeaten, and they'll be in the grand final of GCS2 on the cusp of fame, glory, adulation of their peers, $2,000 in cash, a trophy worth at least $200, and just memories for a lifetime, and like memories with no doubts. It's just super positive feeling of accomplishment having won GCS2. That'll be the big takeaway, the lasting takeaway.
Exactly, bragging rights for the rest of your life.
Indeed.
You know, if esports blows up, you can be like, oh, I was the esports champion.
I won a crappy rowing trophy. It was actually made of tin, but from far away on the Facebook photos, it looked really big. It's like half the size of me.
Yeah.
And I won it for novice single sculls, which means I literally, I won the novice category for my region. But because of a big trophy, I just love having it in my Facebook history. I look back on that 2015 achievement, and when I was actually fit and not blobby, it's like the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
It was only winning the novice singles, like in Staffordshire or something. For these guys, though, this is even bigger.
Yes, much bigger.
This is proving you are the best at this military strategy game played by thousands of, if not millions of people. Millions of people have owned Company of Heroes on their Steam account. For example, at work, people know this game. There's a brand manager at my new company I've started working for. He knew what Company of Heroes was. Oh, I've got that game. Everyone knows this game. And if you win this tournament, Tightrope, you are the best player in the world.
Yeah, undisputed.
Undisputed. Double elimination, live tournament. That's gone amazingly. Thanks to everybody part of it. And you will prove that. So that's the hype intro out of the way. There's been a little bit of capping, a little bit of firing, and a little bit of build orders to talk about.
Yeah, early sniper from Lovenest. Clearly he was confident Talisman wasn't going to go for Ostrubin because it's obviously not in his loadout, so he's getting that sniper to work straight away.
Absolutely, and it's going prone now. Nice shot. Gren's posticulating. They've already lost 2 models, and Tightrope won't like... Talisman will not like that at all, will he? He hates losing even a model.
Yeah, he's manpower preservation king. Hates dropping models.
It really does. Pioneers pushing themselves on. They're going to try and force away the combat engineer that was doing a very naughty thing of trying to take that cut off.
Yeah, just diving down the center, trying to divert some action away from the sniper, leaving that pick away.
More penals on the way. These snipers occupying the center. Oh, beautiful plume of blood there, if you're as sick-minded as clearly I am. A great shot by the sniper, and the Grens are going to try and keep it out of position as much as possible. Talisman, what is the main counters that... sorry, Tightrope. What is that? I did this when we cast, didn't I? Do you remember? We did that qualifying tournament. I kept calling you Talisman.
Quite a few people have done that so far over this weekend.
Wow, okay. So it's not just me. That's so comforting.
Yes.
Anywho, I think the sniper, we've got to give so much emphasis on it because it's going to be something that Talisman absolutely hates because he's, as we say, the manpower king. But what I was going to ask you was, what kind of counters do you reckon he has at his disposal as Wehrmacht to try and get rid of it?
Well, then generally the natural counter to the sniper is Jaeger Infantry Commander, but he actually doesn't have it in his loadout. And that one's really strong because it has the ambush camouflage, so the sniper can't just pick away at range. You can hide and cover yourself, and the sniper's not nearly as effective then. And also has the G43s, which he does have access to from both Lightning War and elite troops. So then your grenadiers can just charge at the sniper and be very effective firing at on the move.
Talking about charging, here come the grenadiers, but the penal battalions have their backs and their fronts, causing a mass retreat. Elsewhere in the west, let's check on if Tightrope has anything to come to check this cut-off attempt. Yes, he did. It was the MG, but it wasn't in position. However, the grenadiers then do come and check the cut-off attempt, so it should be okay for now.
Oh, but the sniper's right there as well. Lovely. He's so strong with his sniper positioning. He's got off to vet 1 already.
What?
Tremendous kill count on that.
Oh.
11 kills.
11 kills, and it can use the flare if it needs it now, and wow.
Yeah, he's got off to a great start. Talisman probably thinking, man, I got to get out a scout car or something. I need to knock out this sniper. It's wreaking his manpower. A
little bit of backstage kind of insight, I guess. As tourney organizer, I was a little bit worried that Love Nest hadn't had as much of a break as Talisman and had to pretty jump from one series into the other. So I said, I was talking to him and said, Stefan, do you want to go for a walk? And then we'll come back, you can play, just to chill you out, because, you know, people around him and stuff. That guy is cool. He didn't even seem like he was in the middle of a war. He was like talking this shit. He didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, so I think Love Nest has something in his character that makes him great for these live events. He does not seem perturbed even slightly by the setting. In fact, he seems to relish in it.
Or maybe he thinks, oh, I've just played a match, I'm kind of warm, I'm ready to go. I've got that advantage over Talisman.
Maybe so. And I believe Talisman was warming up fervently in the practice room whilst Love Nest was getting ready to play him. So, yeah, he's had to warm up. But it's not much warming up you can do when all of your squads are getting shot continuously.
Oh,
God, there we go. That was the one we needed. By the sniper. Line of sight may be kept here. Let's double check. Has the sniper got it in him? No, he's not got range.
The sniper is out of control right now. Talisman just being boxed out completely.
Is this the sniper the legends foretold? Like the Vasily Zaitsev? Of Go2. It's like one of those hackers when you used to play, Call of Duty back in the day or something. Like
every shot, headshot so far.
Exactly, it's crazy. Mum, get the cameras. This sniper's out of control. Clearly had a lot of Mountain Dew and doing 360 no scopes all over the battlefield.
So Talisman actually has quite a lot of munitions here. So...
Ooh, 251 coming. Sniper needs to be careful. Oh, Love Nest waiting for him. 251 cowers away. Oh, yes, he will have to very shortly.
Yeah, excellent positioning on his PTRS squads to support the sniper there. Flame Half Track can't find a target.
No. The target of choice, of course, was Vasily. 18 kills. Let's look into the cold, dead eyes of Vasily as he looks at the ground, checks his weapon, and is queuing up yet another kill very shortly to add to his ever-increasing kill count.
Flame Half Track hit a mine there.
Oh, right, okay. And
Guards
the
on the chase, yeah, that... I don't think they're going to be able to get there, but he's gunning for it. And he's kind of backing away, not towards his base.
Oh, that's the... Oh, what a volley of those PTRS anti-tank rifles. Oh, and this Gren's in out of position. Talisman's all out of sorts right now. He's battling on multiple fronts, and he's paying the price.
Really came down to that mine. Like, such an early mine catches the Flame Half Track in such a vulnerable position, allowing the PTR squads to flank it and get the kill.
God, Love Nest seems beastly. Do you remember this? I just remembered something. He won this tournament last year.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on accident either.
No, it wasn't. For those that don't know, Grand Championship Series 1 was a very protracted single tournament. It was all best of 5 until the final, which was best of 7. So a very different format. So it's good to change things up a little bit now and again. And wow, that really did, sort the men from the boys.
Oh, predictive satchel.
Oh.
Nice try, though.
Very nice try. You know what? If that wall wasn't in the way, the algorithm would have gone that way, perhaps. And
yeah, I mean, it was worth going for, because knocking that out, he probably would have won the game on the spot.
Yeah, I believe so. There wouldn't have been any comeback. Gren now has to walk the gauntlet. Sniper's prone. Not quite in the right position. He's going to have to re-roll.
It takes a lot of, it takes quite a long time to aim and get the shot off.
Even with a commando roll, you can't quite do it.
So Talisman didn't select a commander. He could have, gone for either of Elite Troops or Lightning War, got some G43s, which would help him fight against the penal troops, help him chase down the sniper. but he wanted to leave the option open to be able to go for mobile defense and get the Puma. So I imagine that's what we'll be seeing from Talisman, since he didn't go for the early G43s.
25 kills, Jesus Christ, that's as false. That's a lot of manpower now. That's an abundance of manpower, and Talisman's really starting to feel it in terms of preservation and the economies. Rifle nade on the mine. No, it was cancelled.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Such quick reaction times there from Loveness. Really impressive.
Incredibly impressive.
Oh, my God. Loveness going straight for a T-34-76. That's how strong his map control has been so far.
Clearly using Soviet and... No.
No, not even.
I'm joking, of course, but he's has that much fuel control.
It's insane. This is going to catch Talisman way off guard. Oh, Talisman going for a sniper of his own now.
Has to. Absolutely has to. There is no other option, but quite frankly, the damage has already been done. The 251 half-track was a weak option against the sniper, and in my opinion, against the PTRS is, of course, well played by Lovenest. So now the only hardcore... Rifle nade. Just to detonate that mine. The only hardcore action in... or reaction rather, to an elite level sniper in 1 versus 1 is your own elite level sniper. Let's see if Talisman can make it work.
Yep. Got in position. Doesn't want to reveal it right now because he did see Loveness sniper right nearby there. So trying to cross over to that wall might result in his death.
Can you see Legio, by the way? He's literally casting the game for the audience. Oh. He's constantly doing the casting himself. Fair enough. Okay, we've got the Penal Battalion versus Pioneers. Grenadiers. Oh, what a satchel! Too late for Talisman! And just in time for Lovenest, as those bodies are now strewn everywhere, and playback over. Talisman's thrown in the towel, and the dismembered bodies show a dismembered strategy well picked apart by Stefan, who finds himself 1-0 up in the upper bracket final. The show. Wow. That was, I feel shell-shocked.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure Talisman does as well. That was a very impressive performance from Loveness.
It was. That was incredibly good. That was Grand Championship Series winner. Good. He's already got one of these.
Yeah.
Sure. Come on. He
needs one for both arms. Each arm, you know?
It's like, yes. Look at all my trophies. I can't even carry all these trophies.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Wow. I know it's only the upper bracket final, by the way, so there is the grand final yet to come. Should either of these two spectacular players carry on and get into that grand final. And we're now 1-0 up. Loveness is clearly looking strong. I'm pretty certain the next game is right underway. Tightrope and I are just going to take a quick, maybe 30-second, 1-minute breather of just chilling up, and then we're going to launch straight into the next game. So you've got about a minute. Thank you. bet you're really disappointed to see us again. I bet they just want to see the game, right?
Yeah, they want to get in there.
They just hate our faces now. Ah, give us the game. The game is starting. But we just had some interesting lower bracket news, and I just want to give you guys that before we do start. So hopefully I've got this system, this XSplit system.
Tap on that.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Yeah,
hey, I got a buddy working out for He knows it. I wish I did. That's
good.
That's good. One of us knows what the hell's going on. So if we press this here. Oh, it works. Thank God.
Nice.
So these are the brackets, of course. And this is what's going on. You will see here that Hezulin has won versus Refuro. So we have our third person eliminated. So thank you to Refuro for playing. You're a fantastic gentleman and a great player. But big props to Hezulin. He's having a great tournament so far. And also somewhere in this building, Helping Hands and Devon are currently playing each other. What you have to realise is you have to give utmost respect to the winners brackets. You have to cast everything in trying to consolidate everything into a 2-day awesome tournament. Some of the stuff in the low bracket will get missed, but this stuff here is going to get all cast. So Hezulin versus the winner of Hans Devon, that'll get cast. Then this final of the lower bracket here. But we're in the real final of the upper bracket right now, and Loveness is 1-0 up versus Talisman. So let's get into that bad boy and get into game 2. So get ready, everybody. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go, because 3, 2, 1, we are live with Talisman playing from the south of Crossroads. He is the Soviets, and for him, he obviously doesn't want to lose, but more than ever now needs to ask himself some big questions, because he's 1-0 down to this ferocious gentleman in the north.
Yes, it's Loveness, and he's playing his very famous Oster.
Very famous.
It is very famous.
I mean, tell us some of the games we've seen and some of the strategies we've seen from this man as Oster.
Well, you have to think about his strengths. He's so good at positioning the machine gun, so good at using his support weapons harmoniously, positioning them across the battlefield, and so good with the sniper. It feels like this faction was basically built for him.
I couldn't agree more. He has all these kind of tactical plays down, and he's just so good at those prepared position plays that make Wehrmacht not this kind of weak 4-man squad faction, nerf USF, I can't compete. No, Loveness is like, I don't care. I've just got great machine gun usage and I've got great flanking maneuvers and all sorts. He is the archetype for great Wehrmacht play, or Oster, which they possibly could have been called. The community wanted them to be, yes. I remember.
Now from the east after all.
They are, and that would have been cooler, I agree. We already had one Wehrmacht in Co 1, but very reminiscent of that, of course. Here we go, we've got good constructions down for Loveness. Let's have a little look at... Hang on, one moment. Fire and fire with fire.
Yeah, Talisman wants to return the favour from last game, building a sniper early on, just like Loveness did. Let's see if he can do the same amount of damage with it. Oh, female this time.
Yes. Don't act surprised, you chauvinist. A woman can do just as good of a job as a man. Why did you act surprised?
Well, I didn't put a bet on this. I'm still I'm 10 pound down still.
Now I know what you're referring to.
I'm a bit salty about that.
Of course, the sexing of the snipers that we were playing earlier today. She is indeed, and she embodies an actual historical reality of the Soviet Union, very well employing females in their military roles, snipers being one of them, and a lot of famous air pilots as well. Not airline pilots. Sorry, military pilots, of course. 3 Grens, 1 MG for Loveness. Very typical Wehrmacht stuff. But this ain't typical. And this is Talisman saying, you know, I can do whatever you can do, and I'm going to try and do it better than you. And that takes balls at this point in this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, after Loveness' performance last time, you'd be like, oh, what am I in for here? How could I do it better? But Talisman's got that confidence and he's going to give it a shot.
He is indeed. MG, the gunner, shot. It was well prioritized by the sniper.
Yeah, just playing very conservatively around this house, getting quite a lot of snipes off too.
I loved that. From one angle, then the other. Great marksmanship.
I'm just trying to go around the side here, trying to avoid the sniper.
Even exactly to Loveness, what Loveness did to him. This is wonderful by Talisman. I really love the audacity of it. Because it is audacious to do this. You have to have confidence in yourself and your abilities. And as always mentioned, you have to have that testicular fortitude to pull it off. And I think that Talisman's doing that right now.
Yeah, getting some really nice snipes in here so far, but Loveness trying to come in from multiple angles here. Try and bring this greenie around to the sniper's backside.
Yes, indeed. On screen you can see the vision range of the sniper, which really helps the situational awareness, because it is such a focal point of this battle. And Loveness Tightrope is amazing at flanking with Grens and trying to, you know, counter-snipe that way. But of course, I mean, he knows it. As alluded to earlier, the ultimate counter to a sniper is, of course, a... Oh, my timing wasn't quite right.
Nearly there. Sniper.
Sniper, there we go. That was a pregnant pause. I think I've just had octuplets there. And he's on the field. Enemy at the gates reenacted right now.
Yeah, well, this is, I think, what Talisman maybe made a mistake with last time. Not trying to get either a sniper to counter it, or maybe going for a commander getting G43s earlier to try and counter Loveness sniper. So Loveness taking a different tact and probably going to be successful. We never know, because counter sniper wars, anyone can win.
Well, exactly. Maintaining the element of surprise is always very good, though. And of course, having fired one shot, he has lost that. Yep.
He's like, I don't need the element of surprise. I'm Loveness.
Yeah. And I quite like that, because you don't play into that losing the utility of the sniper battle. Because there's always like a... If you've had it on the field for 3 minutes behind the bushes and then you're like, oh, give up. And you fire a shot, it always feels like a defeat. So he's not even getting into that game. He's just going for it from the get-go.
It's very, very tricky sometimes to decide whether to hide or whether to shoot. But he's gone with shooting and already stacking up 3 kills in penal models too.
Gren's pushing up behind the bushes there and getting ready for an assault from this direction, but the penal battalions are ready to meet that assault and meet it well. Soviet Sniper's gone into hold fire mode, so she's preparing, and rightfully so. Oh, she's preparing very well, I tell you.
Oh,
They're
man.
both in hold fire, and they don't know how close they are to one another. Who's going to be the first to show their foot and get out of cover, or who's going to be the first to be spotted? Wehrmacht Sniper's going to make a little jaunt over here. Got a little bit of a gap.
The Wehrmacht Sniper does have the slight edge. Will aim and shoot a little bit faster.
Oh! No, he didn't have line of sight, of course, fog of war and all that, but ooh, it would have been... He had the range, certainly.
Yeah, Sniper needs Vet 2 to see all the way to the edge of its range, and Talisman exploiting that there, just getting out.
Tell you what, the Grens are coming for him. Oh, her rather. Oh, she knows it. She gets a shot. The LMGs are popping just at the right time. Loveness had the right idea. He popped both LMGs perfectly. That was so close to an awesome play. And I get hyped for these things because I just appreciate the skill. Even if he didn't pull it off, I liked what he was going for there. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, LMG burst on the road can be deadly for a sniper. Can almost like one-shot it in like one quick burst. Oh man, I can't believe he didn't spot the sniper there. Loveness playing this so close.
Oh, he is indeed.
Oh man.
Tell you what, this is bait. This is bait in its purest form. These LMG look like, ooh, shoot me.
Yeah, yeah.
Please shoot me. I'm capping the victory point. Do it. Do it now. As Arnold Schwarzenegger famously said to that alien that was sent to kill us all.
This is so tense.
That was a bit of a gap. I don't quite know when the decloak radius would have kicked in there, but it was the timing wasn't exactly optimal.
Well, perhaps this deadlock's about to be broken because Flamer half-track in production for Loveness.
And the T70.
Oh, that's going to be a fast T70.
It really is. This is a tense one. This is really tense. Snipers, of course, do mean that some of a good proportion of the micro of the players is now dedicated to them. So you have seen a little bit of focus on that, but it's going to be a lot more bedlam now because the light vehicles are making their way onto the battlefield.
Oh, that squad's super low. T70 could chase it down here.
Good indeed. Snipers having to backpedal. T70's going straight in. Doesn't care. Misses its shot, though. That was so close.
Yeah, I think most players would chase there, but Talisman, as we know, very, very safe. Didn't want to risk, running over a teller, getting fousted or ambushed, something like that.
Oh, that was an accidental shot on this close sniper. Could have finished it off. Faust threatening. T70 cannot pursue. Well,
that's definitely forced Loveness back, and Talisman should be able to grab quite a lot of territory on the back of that. Loveness reacting to that, going for a pack to try and counter this T70, and this was a really fast T70, 8-minute T70. That's really quick.
It is, and they're usually about 8.5 minutes considering first. That's 30 seconds faster than that, so that's uber fast.
It's really because they both just like camped the half of the map and just like, yeah, we've just got like full resources flowing in here.
In a cold war, but it's boiled over.
Yeah, it's got the penals, a little bit more anti-tank support. Fair enough. Loveness still 1.25 CPs away from being able to call in a Puma, so it doesn't really have that to fall back on. As we said, quite a slow-paced game with the sniper standoffs. Means that the command point clock has been really slow this game.
Talisman's certainly had the edge though with his very early deployed sniper.
Yeah, so they're 2-1 and the kills to death. It's a pretty big advantage.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
It's a lot of units camping around the middle here.
It is. Feels like a summer camp at the moment. But we do have potential for this to all boil over and become a fervent assault very shortly, as both players are accumulating the material they require.
Yeah, both of them refusing to use their snipers to shoot here, just waiting for that counter sniper opportunity. Going to try to T70 though in the meantime doing quite a lot of damage.
It is. It's done a lot of damage, but not a lot of kills. Only 2 so far. And that's shown by just how close it is to Veteran C1.
Loveness sniper just revealed itself shooting at that penal squad, so Talisman does have the edge now, knowing roughly where Loveness sniper is.
It really does. So the scout sniper model doesn't want to push yourself up to that house quite yet. Doesn't quite feel safe, but might take the vault next because Talisman is battling back and has recaptured the central victory point, gaining the line of sight surrounding it. So it could feel a little bit more safe to get a little bit more dangerously into Loveness territories.
Yeah, does Loveness not have medics yet? Yeah. Oh man, I was thinking, man, his squads are so low. Only just getting them now, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, I agree. However, the problem really has been the sniper, hasn't it? I agree, obviously, that having low health at any one time, so maybe he kind of delayed it because he was thinking, well, I'm just going to die into one shot anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, in the meantime, I think the penals and the T70 have kind of been exploiting that a little bit. Oh, nice teller there for Loveness as well.
Look, he has pushed up now as well. He's waiting for the arrival. There's the range of the Wehrmacht sniper. Going for this angle though. Also suffer a little bit of health damage, so could actually die to small arms at some point. Oh, talking of small arms fire, the 251 is under it, but it's only from combat engineers, so it'll be more than enough to deal with that.
Oh, now Loveness getting a mortar. Which is
last game.
Weird. This is weird because he's not up against any support weapons. And that mortar did get nerfed quite recently, no longer the turbo mortar of old. Not quite as effective against mobile squads.
Smoke's still great though. You might see him utilise that to maybe put the sniper in a little bit of peril and flank it with Grens or something. But that's one of the things I think he could do. Another is just keep the Soviet sniper guessing, moving out of cover. Maybe it'll force a mistake from Talisman, you know?
Oh, that's an interesting idea. It's got the recon plane going on, and that actually reveals camouflage units, I believe. So Lovely's got an idea to try and counter this Soviet sniper by using that recon plane.
Oh, firing on the pack, of course.
Offset's going on. Talisman had to send his sniper right to the back. Worried about the counter snipe.
You can see that it's only just returning now,
Enemy
but
forces capturing supply sector.
still on a loiter.
Right now.
Yeah, wish I'd done that sooner, but never mind.
That's alright.
Still have the ones in the future to look forward to.
But it's an interesting strategy from Lovely. Like, I don't think I've seen many people go to try and use the recon plane to counter snipe.
Gren's now starting to get into position. That's on the west side. MG has been promoted, but does need to retreat. Has been under heavy fight. Oh, sniper's just opened up. I believe it was the. Oh, my hotkey no longer works. So I have to maybe redo that, I guess.
Oh, Lovely's sniper's caught up quite a lot.
Yep,
Oh,
he's
no.
on 6 kills. So unfortunately, I think he mostly has been a counter sniper here. Soviet sniper's now paid for herself.
And this is a super fast T-34-76 coming in for Talisman.
Jesus Christ, how's...
Yeah, he's got a T-70 and
formidable.
that. Yeah.
There's no way this is a +7. I think that's like +70 or something.
Yeah, super impressive. I think it's because, you know, he didn't have to take like AT grenades or anything. He's held onto his fuel basically the entire game. I don't think he's been harassed once, so it's just been thundering in. And only one pack on the field for Loveness. He's got to be feeling very exposed.
And that's going to limit his sniper even further. Talisman's having a cracking game. This is possibly going to be one of the best games of his life if he's in this. Oh, T-34's just broading in, pushing away the sniper. Might flank the house now. Instead attacks the 251 and rightfully so, may be able to finish it off. And indeed, it's...
Oh, nice pop of smoke there.
Doesn't.
Oh, misses the attack round.
Gets Fausted because of it, and the Pak 40 is now going to reposition. Might find the angle. No, the T-34 will be safe.
Yeah, the option there of just like shooting at the pack, trying to knock it out, and that was the linchpin. Could have resulted in a win, but once again, Talisman kind of playing it safe, instead switching targets after he forced away the pack to the half drag. But Lovely's popping that smoke at just the right time. Really clutch.
Just about, I was, talking about clutch. I literally queued up my casting verbiage to just say what was happening, and he literally took it away from us all, didn't he? Incredible, just in the nick of time smoke usage.
Yeah, because if he used it earlier, it would give Talisman more time to line up the attack round shot into the smoke, but he popped it just the right time. Talisman was like, oh man,
yeah, well,
he wasn't prepared for it at all.
Indeed.
Yeah, super impressive.
I think it was intentional. I think it
Oh,
was
must have been. This is lovely.
incredible.
Yeah, he's
That's why we do this stuff, isn't it? That's why we put on these tournaments, and that's why the community, donates all that money, and that's why we're all here today. It's to see these kind of plays that set these players apart.
Oh, Telemine.
Oh, Talamine indeed. Talamine just south of this house. T70 is now a grey, burnt-out wreck.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that one. Very far forwards.
That's Rafuro-like.
Oh, but he replaces it immediately with a T-34-76.
Ha! That's an upgrade. We've got the guards in a good position here. The sniper's pushed herself up. She's in a fantastic position. The Wehrmacht sniper is moving around. Just got revealed, of course, but there's no line of sight right now. Mortar just keeping these guards moving around. T-34-76 is reversing into view.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get that sniper with the mortar just taking pot shots. Oh, mortar's taking heavy damage from the guards. One more shot. Oh, he doesn't go for the kill though.
5-1. Fantastic Pop smoke to get out of there. D34's on the warpath. Turret traverses.
Yeah, what was it doing? Facing the wrong way throughout most of that engagement.
I thought, well, do you know what I thought was really cute? If the other tank had like popped into view, it's like, hey mate, you joining the fight?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately. Cards, well, Penal's rather in a great position, forcing away that Pioneer. Loveness is battling hard to try.
Oh my god, he's so brave. That sniper in a dangerous position.
Not much of decloak radius for a tank though. In fact, I don't even think it can it? Is it like, what? Oh, wow, it's right in position. LMG needs to go prone, needs to get the shot away. T34 saves the day with a huge shot there. Other one comes into view, could finish the job.
That was so close. I can't believe that last LMG burst didn't connect almost at all.
No, it didn't. It was almost as though like it wasn't quite in the radius, you know?
Yeah, that was very unfortunate for Loveness there. Should have got the kill, I think, but it was ballsy from Talisman keeping a sniper in like that.
Yeah.
Almost cost him.
Sometimes he plays silly games to get silly prizes. Nice hits in the rear there. The T34 comes to mitigate, but it's the Grens doing the job.
Yeah, when the T34 is facing this wrong direction, doesn't have access to that hull gun, doesn't do nearly as much damage against infantry.
On over here. Good PTRS damage there, forcing away the Panzer IV. In the centre, Loveness has reclaimed his territories. He now also has, there it is. Oh no, he's going for another vanilla.
He's leveled the playing field though, because he was down two tanks to 0 very briefly, but now it's going to be 2 tanks each.
Oh, Satchel, of course, is very well dodged by Loveness, who's in full command of his arena right now. Oh, but this MG isn't. Tell you what, this could actually go down.
Yeah, getting attacked by so many squads at once.
See that there? A bit of medium cover actually saved the day there. A little bit deceptive.
Yeah, PTRS is not that accurate as well. It's infantry.
Triple cap coming in for Talisman. Loveness won't be enjoying that.
No, he's been playing the VP very well so far this game.
Will Talisman stick around? No, he won't. Attack round max range, will he get it? No, he won't. But that's Talisman for you. He won't risk unnecessarily. He plays the odds, he plays the game, and he edges his way into said game until he's in a dominant position.
Yeah, almost never goes for like those 50-50 scenarios, or only like 90-10 does he actually commit to an engagement, and it works out really well for him.
It really does. And this game though, I mean, playing the sniper, I know he's done very well with it, but it's a little bit risky. Here comes the Panzer IV on the sniper hunt. Sorry about the camera there. I'm trying to get used to this mouse still, but
third T-34-76 for Talisman. That requires a lot of control. Microing 3 tanks at once is extremely tricky and can often result in just everything going horribly wrong all at once.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it reminds me of his ESL days, to be honest. He, 1,000 viewers, by the way. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. GCS2, possibly the biggest tournament in our community's history. We're all very proud to have you. We're all here live in attendance watching. I'm here with Tightrope. I couldn't think of a better guy to be watching this particular game with. It's all going extremely well, but what's going very well right now is the comeback for Talisman, having been, quite frankly, muscled out of that first game by expert play by Loveness sniper. He started with a sniper of his own in this game.
Yes, and he's showing that it's not foreign territory for him. Very strong sniper play so far, Talisman.
At 40 max range, good shot.
Yeah, this third T-34 is a bit curious. The safe option, I think, would have been to go for a Katyusha, just like pick away at the pack machine gun and the more at long range, but he's gone for the T-34s.
Panzer IV and Pack 40 operating in unison as an expert anti-armor team.
I think what he's trying to do here is bait Loveness to overcommit so he can call in these IL-2 planes.
What was that? Loveness with a rare micro error. Has he been shell-shocked by Talisman this game? Has Talisman had the talismanic effect that he's had with so many players? Here we go with a big Sturmovik attack.
Wow, a lot of losses from Loveness all at once. Now almost getting pushed back by the planes.
Oh, sniper!
That was close.
Tell you what, it's rare you see the stomach attack do quite that much on its first salvo.
No, but they're still flying around, being a real nuisance.
Yeah, they are indeed.
They are being extremely loud at the same time.
They are. When we were talking about pre-production meetings and stuff, I just said to George, what's that? What's happening there?
Some physics, mate.
Physics?
Yeah, it's just like real life.
I said to George that there's one thing you have to watch out for in the volume mix. There's this unit called the IL-2 Sturmovik, and it kind of ruins the mix because it flies too close to the camera, and it's really loud. That's the only thing in the game I had to tell him about, because it just does. It's really loud.
Well, Talisman's tank's just about back up to full, so he's ready for another assault. Lovely's only had both his tanks low.
Love that. Just going in just to get a shot in and do the damage. Talisman's playing the odds, and he's slowly eroding the mountain that is Love Nest.
Yeah, these guys playing a real VP game here, just back and forth across the middle of the map. Though Love Nest has snuck onto that right-hand side VP.
He has. That's a really cute thing he's done there. Just, well, that's a crane, but he's gotten out of things and keeping the victory points very, very competitive. And despite his losses, that's always good to see.
Yeah, the army size is actually very, very close right now, 86 to 81. And Talisman is very easily losing the T-34 Series 6. So it's not like he's really far in the lead at the moment.
T-34 pushes its way in, does get a bounce from the flat-facing armour of the Panzer. Pack 40 doesn't deal bounces, though it deals penetrations. Oh, talking about penetrations, there's a skull being penetrated right now. That poor old penal battalion that no longer exists.
Yeah, nice hit from that Panzer IV. It's doing some great damage. That Panzer IV is vetting up really quickly, much more quickly than Talisman's T-34s.
Oh, it is.
Which have been on the field for, a pretty decent amount of time longer.
T-34 in a decent position here. But again, not penetrate. T-34 76s are all about the flank. They're not about that duking it out against fellow AFVs. They need to get around the rear. Oh, nice shot!
That's incredible through the hedgerow.
That was beautifully calculated. Full click on. This is
Both
the angle
players
of
now have got their planes online, though. You got to be careful. This is dangerous for both of them. Oh, speaking of,
that's right.
He's going in with his T-34s. Oh, main gun destroyed straight away.
Nice there. And the Sturmoviks are attacking this Grenadier down the side. Love Nest knows to be careful. He's reversing all the way back to base and retreating multiple squads whilst being suppressed. He's trying to defend this position here, though. Doesn't want to lose that cut-off at any point. Not that Talisman will probe that deeply. Talisman cares about winning the game on victory points. And just...
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear me. Panzer IV might have another shot at this. And gets it! Panzer IV with a sniper round of its own.
Wow, that is a huge blow. But Love Nest lost his sniper as well.
What? Tale of two sniper deaths. One was slightly off camera. Oh god, Sturmovik. And one was definitely on camera as that Panzer IV with a brutal assassination there. So two snipers down. Jesus Christ, tightrope.
Yes, tit for tat here. Super close between these two.
Had the Stuk built. That's a great weapon for any Wehrmacht arsenal when you're in this position. A little tiny bit defensive with a nice open playing area. The Stuk's going to try to muscle these T-34s. But I tell you what, talking of tank destroyers, Su-85.
That's got superior range, superior sight with its focus sight mode. It's a real threat on this map.
T-34 on the run, outmatched by the Sturmgeschützgun.
Talisman pretty much 24/7 on repairs between all these vehicles. Might need another engineer, because this is so many tanks he's got right now.
What a match we're watching. This is the stuff that dreams are made of when we started this whole project. This is exactly what we want to see. Two colossal titans colliding with similar sized armies to their reputation. And it's all happening for you right now. Live from Manchester at 80Hz Studios. in Tightrope bringing you Talisman and Love Nest in the upper bracket final of GCS2.
Oh, he's calling in the planes.
Oh, here they come. Gurin's finest Sturmovix.
He's charging forward with his tanks in
unison. Tightrope on full retreat. Vet 3 T-3476 with superior mobility gets the hell out of there, and Panzer IV was slightly late for the party. But this has allowed Love Nest to take a superior position on the battlefield.
He's got two PTR squads right there. They can duke it out against these vehicles.
Oh,
maybe not.
Oh, maybe not indeed. Great work by the Panzer IV.
Yeah, I think there's a mortar shell as well.
This battlefield, look at this position.
But Loveness really wanted a tank kill there.
He did.
He was pouncing on that T-34. He really needed the kill, because you spend 200 munitions, you want some results from it, and barely did any damage.
Look at this. Cue up Hell March, because Talisman's marching back into battle. He's changed tact and he's changed side of the map. And this poor Grenadier doesn't know what's going to hit it.
Super quick retreat reaction there by Loveness, though.
Very quick. That's a man that's using tap map for you. Sees it super duper quick. Here comes the Vet 2 Panzer IV. Can tango with two T-3476s if it's a frontal armor battle, of course. Ooh, the Su-85s though. It's in the bushes. Just about missed. You know what? Love Nest is a hell of a player. He wants that sight range. He wants the sight range. He's brought on the 222 this late into a game. This is a man that understands his craft.
Also has decent anti-aircraft capabilities, can shoot down those planes, and it gets a lot of vehemency when it does shoot them down.
Great point. That's the other, probably the dominant aspect of the 222.
And yeah, once the shoot down on the planes gets this vehemency, gets to Vet 2, that's when the sight range really comes on form. That Vet 2 sight range is insane. These players trading blows through the smoke, attack grounds left, right and centre. Really impressive stuff.
Nice shot by the Panzer IV from the side there. And this is the time where a little tiny bit of pan is actually necessary, because there's too much action to fit on one camera. Tightrope.
Yeah, and that Su-85 can shoot such long range, it's hard to fit on the screen.
It really is. There's the Stu. There's the Panzer IV. And there's his superior officer. Sturmovik crashes somewhere off camera. There we go. Let's not do an aircraft investigation. There's too little time and too many body parts.
Check the black box.
Oh, what's this T-34 doing? Oh, it's trying to get the Grenadier, of course. It's using the house as the fortress. Well, it was.
Flashing now. Not going to be effective for the rest of the game.
Nope. What a battle, Tightrope.
It's so close still. Anyone's game. It's like the army size is almost identical, just super close match between these two. The VPs are just going off so slowly because, you know, they keep exchanging the VPs. They're just draining so slowly. Such a close match.
They do indeed. Penal Battalion. Oh!
The Su-85 getting some great hits in long range.
Will it get an attack round? Well, it's just out of range now, but the thought was there. T-3476's nice shots in, but Love Nest
is the target weak point.
Oh, he hits it indeed. Turret shocked there. What a battle we're seeing. Soviets on the ropes momentarily. Veteran C3 for this Panzer IV. Let's see it from Love Nest's perspective. Let's see what the German sees as he looks on his foe. He just wants to land a killing blow. And
he's got quite a lot of damage onto all his tanks, so he's feeling a bit aggressive now going in. Oh, and he's popping the recon mode as well.
Yes, indeed. Getting ready. Oh,
Bring his pack up, getting aggressive with it. Oh, but straight away the IL-2s force it back. Doesn't want to lose that too. That's a Vet 3 pack. It's getting quite low.
Penetration, rate of fire, you name it, it's got it.
Oh my God, he's going for another T-35. I can't believe it. I thought for sure he'd get the Katyusha.
What?
When you go for this many tanks, it kind of lends itself to an all-in push, which is contrary to what Talisman usually goes for, so it's quite surprising. But
ooh, Veteran C3 taken out. That's a big loss. That's very, very easy to understate when Veteran gets taken, but that is a big loss. Panzer IV comes around the rear side. Gods, sorry, Penals and Gods possibly on retreat there. T-34 comes to mitigate. Oh, loses the weapon.
This is so close.
Oh, fires, threads the eye of the needle with that round. Faust going to keep this tank. Oh, might have done. Couldn't quite get it out of his pocket in time. And I need to change the trousers.
Oh, what's the GCS2 doing?
Don't know what it's doing.
Spinning around.
Shoot that one for surrendering.
But Loveney is kind of containing Talisman here, just pushing him back inch by inch.
He is indeed. This is from Loveness's perspective, his army's perspective, of course, as he surrounds Talisman but can't land the killing blow. Su-85 getting some amazing shots in. Penal Battalion with the PTRS ready to go, but it's a standoff. They both have incredibly large armies. Who is going to pull the trigger? Who's going to make a go of this? Who's going to be the aggressor and try and finish this game off?
That recon plane's giving Loveney so much intelligence here, allowing him to bring his pack up when necessary and take those long-range shots on his tanks.
That's what Loveness can see right now. He can see everything he needs to.
Yeah, it's really working out well for him.
Jesus. He's literally got map hacks right now, quite frankly. Big shot in at max range there.
Oh, that Grenadier is super low. Late retreat. T-34 comes in for the cleanup.
One shot required. Didn't need it. Hull Gunner got the kill and gets a shot of vodka when they get back to base.
Oh, Su-85 right there in support. He goes for the ram.
Rams him! Cruise shot, surely going to take him out with the Su-85 at max range. Indeed it does. And the vehicle is abandoned and it's going to be polished off in no time at all, surely.
No, the pack's right there. He can't continue to fight with his Su-85. He's pulling it back, and that T-34 is useless. Oh, completely immobilized. Lord. No main gun.
Faust to finish, maybe?
This is horrible for Talisman. if he recruits this tank, this is an absolute disaster.
Penal Battalion's going to satchel it. Should be okay, but they might lose the models in the meantime. What a tense engagement this is. They couldn't get the satchel. Oh, it's okay. The Su-85's found an angle, it seems. He's going to have to finish it off. Going to have to.
Oh, he misses again. Oh, and he pops the recon. That's going to give the pack some pretty good line of sight on the Su-85.
Recalibrate your sights, Dimitri. You need to finish this tank off.
Oh, you just can't get it and target weak point.
Target weak point, turret jammed, pack 40, and the Stug comes in to finish the job. Here come the T-34s, going to try and take vengeance. It's all going very wrong for Talisman all of a sudden. And here comes the Panzer IV, the Vet 3's found the rear sights. Talisman's gone into a trap. We've now got the IL-2s coming down. This battle is boiling over. It's a fervent mess out there. It's messy. It's brutal. The tanks are finding their angles. Sturmger shuts down. Pack 40 needs to find its angle. Its brethren's trying to finish off this T-34. Panzer IV going around the rear side. Meanwhile, the abandoned tank's still there. Finally going to get finished off, probably. Pack 40s couldn't get the tail end of that. We do see this T-34 down. Holy crap, tightrope. What the hell was that?
Oh man, that's excellent. I mean, it's just super unlucky. Talisman tried so many shots on that abandoned tank, didn't kill it. And that allowed Loveness to pounce an ambush with his double packs, that fresh pack coming onto the field, providing the extra bit of firepower, unexpected, and taking down most of Talisman's armor there.
Oh, and all that. In all that. The Panzer IV
it's still there. It's still there.
have a look on the old graph to get a feel for.
Both of them just plummeted off a cliff.
This is the Cold War for you. What would have happened if they actually did press the button? Finally decided to take it. May as
he's
well.
going after it.
He is. He'll finish it. Oh, kind of. He had the Pioneers ready.
Yeah, he's trying to tactical movement them up to for quick repairs, but didn't quite work out.
What a game we're watching. What a competition. What a battle of attrition between these two excellent competitors. Talisman and Love Nest in Game 2 of the upper bracket final of GCS2. Holy crap.
Yeah, the army size is pretty much dead even once again. So it feels like Love Nest's composition slightly stronger. That Vet 3 T-34 is, Panzer IV is such a threat.
It is. No tank destroyers anymore. They got taken out. The lumbering beasts that can't turn for toffee.
Yeah, look at the rate of fire on that Vet 3 T-34 though. That's pretty scary.
It is indeed. Nice veterancy on the worker units as well. So these tanks aren't just like having a little battle and, you know, retiring for the next 3 or 4 minutes. They're straight back in there, Tightrope. Meaning this game has action for days.
Oh, he's running straight on to these 2 packs.
Ooh.
Man, that was a close call.
It was.
Both of them Vet 1 as well. Target weak point is available.
It absolutely is, and it's been put to good use so far. Triple cap momentarily in for Tightrope, meaning, sorry, for Talisman.
Yes,
Meaning that, of course, he has taken an authoritative lead right now. 261 to 202.
200 points remaining.
Yeah, so close. Love Nest rebuilding his Panzer IV. Talisman also has quite a lot of resources, just about ready to build another vehicle of his own. Will now it be the Katyusha, because facing off against 2 packs is super scary to do with tanks.
Pack 40s are quitting themselves beautifully. T-3476, the hero of the Radina right now, and a battle-scarred veteran with the stars to show for it, is in an excellent position.
Oh, once again, Love Nest sneaking off onto this right-hand VP, trying to relieve the pressure.
Excellent position. Oh, fires blissfully over the crest, but the second shot won't be so... well, it will with a retreat. Will with a retreat. New Panzer IV.
Famous elevation in Code 2.
It is. Infamous, more like, I guess. Back 40's facing the wrong way. Panzer IV. Sorry, is the fresh one's now on the battlefield. It's going to move its way into the centre.
Yeah, looks like Talisman rather going with another SU-85. He had quite a lot of success with that last one.
40 minutes into this famous battle. I'm sure thousands of viewers will be watching for years to come. Just like they did with the old ESL battles between Love Nest and Helping Hands. 50,000 viewers and counting. If you're hearing this in like 2020 or whenever you're watching this, yeah, it was cool now, just as it is cool for you in the future. SU-85 has been rebuilt as Tightrope.
That's a bit of a surprise. It caught Love Nest off guard there.
It did, and nice second shot follow-up as well.
Oh man, so close. Look at the army size. Dead even still. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Nice smoke activation. Oh, bounces the killing blow.
Oh, so close. No cigar. Does follow up on the pack, though. Can't finish the job.
Oh, he clears it out.
Nice work.
One pack down. That should open the door for Talisman to be able to make a little bit of a push here.
Maybe. It is Talisman, so he'll probably just sit on the central victory point, in all honesty.
Oh, he's getting aggressive with that SU-85.
He is. That was a splendid shot. There is no bushes there anymore, so it was just a shot rather than an attack round.
If he could destroy that decrew pack, that would be a real win for him.
If.
I think the recon plane is making him think twice about making a push, though, because that recon plane was so nasty last time.
Well, you leave yourself vulnerable, don't you, to these Panzer IVs if they see an advantage. And the Sturmgeschütz is being rebuilt, just like the SU-85 has. We're ready to go again. Ding, ding. Round 2.
Yep, he's rebuilding another T-34.
Wow.
Oh man, it's gonna be like basically exactly the same as last time.
Like an infinite war, Orwellian style. We're just gonna keep going. So one of them is no more.
Oh, he's going to clear out this pack, it looks like.
It does indeed look like that. We've had aisle 2 brought in also to help the situation.
Right as he decrews one, he recruits the other, but he's looking on shaky ground here.
He absolutely is. T-3476 is going to stop this ground from capping the centre. Oh! Sorry, I reacted to you going, oh, I don't know what we were reacting to.
Oh no, there was a plane crash like right near the middle. I thought it hit something.
Just covered for myself in case I didn't know what was going on. I just go, ooh! Anyway, it's time to go ooh and ah and look at the pretty explosions very soon because these tanks are rushing in. T-3476 looking for an angle. Misses the Stuttgart body blocks for its brother. Su-85 packing a punch, and what a punch it's packing. T-3476, that great rate of fire, penetrates this time. That's a bit dodgy from Loveness. No, he's smoking himself in, and now he's a smoking wreck. Oh, but the pack's been stolen. Su-85 covering for it.
Yeah, this is looking grim for Loveness now. Loveness just diving in, but loses another Panzer there, and now his army is looking very weak.
Arnie throws in the towel for an historic victory for Talisman. That was absolutely awesome. We're just going to go straight into the lobby.
That was an amazing match.
What a scorcher.
Yeah.
What a scorcher.
Back and forth. So close. The sniper wars, so tense in the early game.
Dude.
Crazy stuff.
It's one of the best games I've ever watched, you know? That was amazing. Talisman just, even from the get-go, going sniper. Like, after he'd just been sniped the crap out of him, we were questioning if he could do it to Loveness.
Yeah.
He gave us the answer.
Yeah, definitely did.
His sniper was 3 times as productive as Loveness. And then those tank battles, holy crap. That big middle tank battle, that centerpiece.
Yeah, I thought Loveness had the slight edge after that, but somehow Talisman just kept picking away on every flank and accumulated enough of an advantage, like clearing out those packs to just seal the deal at the end there.
Okay, guys, there's going to be around 5 minutes interval right now because Tightrope and I need to go and...
I'm sure the players need a break after that as well. They're probably taking a break.
They'll probably take their full 5 minutes in all honesty. So we've just treated all 1,000 plus of you to one of the best games of Coming to Heroes, considering the stage that's probably ever happened. So I know you're not going to go anywhere, so I don't even need to say it. See you in a bit. And we're back, and we're ready to get into the deciding game of this match.
Man.
I'm just at the moment, I'm just trying to unhype myself. I need to save it all up.
Yeah.
I just ran around the building.
Yeah, you were jumping up and down outside.
Don't
He
tell
seriously
people
was.
that.
He was. He was jumping up and down. That's how excited he is. And that was such a good match.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, I was. For me, it's like, you do all this work on this tournament crap, and then the matches are crap. It feels like you failed.
Yeah.
You've done it. You've run tournaments.
I've been lucky, though. My tournaments have had some pretty good matches. But
Oh, okay, your matches are tournaments are already good.
No, I've just been lucky.
Okay. Could you imagine doing all this and they were all stomps? But they haven't been. They've been amazing. And that game was the coup de grace. It was like the holy grail of wanting something good to cast and to watch for you guys. And I just think that was awesome. We're going to do a quick bracket refresh just to check out what's going on the old interwebs. Okay. That's not changed, has it, since we last did it?
I don't think it's been updated.
We'll do it for the...
Surely they're not in like an hour-long match. They could be.
They could be. Okay. Anyway, let's get...
right, maybe. Yeah, maybe they are in a super long match.
I guess they must be. But the brackets are as such. Hezulin beat Refero earlier on and is waiting for the winner of Helping Hands versus Devem. We're currently going into the ace game decider of Talisman Loveness. So we may...
Because they've updated the scores for Talisman Loveness, so...
It's clearly working.
Yeah.
They must be in...
They must be in like a super long match.
There's no other explanation. So we're now going to load in with the deciding game of this. And we'll be bringing you that very, very shortly indeed. Tightrope, how are you feeling? You ready for this?
Yeah. That last game certainly brought the excitement level like 5 notches up.
That was Devem losing to Jesuit and exciting.
Yes, certainly. Talisman's showing like he's here to play. He's competitive against Loveness.
For me, I know he's like in his mid-20s, but in terms of like his aura and his standing, that was like a coming-of-age game. He went from boy to man in that game because he showed us that he's not just got a play style that he uses as a crutch. He went out of his comfort zone and basically did to Loveness what Loveness did to him, but did it even better. Well, it wasn't quite as quick of a victory. But what I mean is, sorry,
it was a very comprehensive victory.
Yeah, it was a good victory, but to do something else is like what they were doing to you with a sniper and to play a little bit more aggressively all of a sudden. I think he's changed gears and changed tact, and I think that's really admirable and really cool.
Yeah, and as I said, like using that many tanks, like 4 tanks at once, is so hard. It is just incredibly difficult, especially with the pathing. Using tanks together, they often get like in jams against each other, so you have to use like every single tank individually to move them around, otherwise they'll just like spin around and do nothing. That's what happens to me, but didn't happen to Talisman.
No, that was really well calculated by him, and as you say, he just was able to make that situation work for him. In fairness to him, I believe the big tank battle was actually more of a stalemate result. But overall, he was winning engagements elsewhere that just accumulated and just gave him more and more control. So, to put it bluntly, he outplayed Loveness in that game, and that was really cool. Anyway, the game's loaded. We're coming into it now. See you on the flip side. Hello there, and welcome. You are watching Loveness in the north side as the Soviets, and he, of course, is versus Talisman in the south. Talk us through this this match and what it means for these players right now, please, Tightrope.
Yes, so this is the deciding match between these two for the winner of the upper bracket. So very important. Otherwise, they'll be down in the lower bracket. No second chances after that. And I'd imagine Loveness would have had faction selection since his win was quite a lot more speedy. So it looks like he's gone for the Soviets.
Yeah, indeed. Loveness is doing what Loveness knows best in this case. Talisman's on his best faction, though, the OKW. He's been top of leaderboard whenever he wants to be. It's like if he wants to play some awesome match, he'll be top OKW. That's been the pattern this year, it seems. He's all in a perfect Talisman position. I have to talk about Holodny Firma right now because this is Talisman's map.
This is our favorable approach.
Yeah, of course, sorry. I have to talk about Famenville approach right now because this is Talisman's map. He is so great at those infiltration nades around this area in particular. He's great at controlling this fuel area. He just picks engagements on this map beautifully. What map did I call it, incidentally?
Colony Firma.
Oh, I even did the fancy Russian pronunciation.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, you did.
Thank you. Boats Grenadiers waiting in ambush. Naval Battalions are going to see that very shortly. They're just on the cusp of the capping circle, and then they'll be onwards into battle.
This is already an interesting strategy from Lovelace, not getting the second engineer early, which is meaning a very slow start to the match. Almost no map control right now.
Okay, this has been Talisman's OKW weakness thus far, and it's been the M3. DevM in particular, I remember, in that Barbarossa opening tournament, had such a good battle against Talisman using the M3. So let's see if Talisman's got the counters. Maybe it's an early Shumai, maybe it's an early recount. We just don't know at this point.
Well, I mean, look at the map for Talisman. Double fuel, 1 munitions point. He's off to a rip-roaring start thanks to Lovelace going for only single combat engineer to start. So Lovelace has got to do some serious damage with this M3, otherwise he's going to be deep in a hole.
Deep in a hole. And under indeed. M3 fight. Bristles into action, gets there and denies the cutoff there. It's going to try and neutralise this one as well, so Loveness clearly trying to mitigate the advantage that Talisman has afforded himself so far in this game.
And it looks like Talisman not going to go for the Raketten, staying true with his usual strategy, just going for massive amounts of Fox Grenadiers and trying to focus fire it down with all of them in a blob together.
Indeed, 4 Fox Grenadiers is the usual strat for Talisman. Of course, he's not going to change anything up right now. Stern Pioneers and the 2 Fox Grenadiers protect the western fuel cutoff. And note that Loveness has not been able to take the northern fuel quite yet, so definitely a strategic advantage for Talisman at this point.
Yeah, M3 in there doing quite a lot of damage. If you can get it so it's like shooting its front MG and its rear MG at once, you're doing a good job.
You are what we call an M3 sandwich. By we, I mean me, of course. Naval Battalion.
Well, I hear in the stats that the rear MG actually does more damage.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Cruzy said that much, yeah.
Yeah.
By the stats, you mean Cruzy, of course.
Yes, of course. His spreadsheet says that it does more damage. It's not by much, but it can matter.
He'll be looking for possibly early mines as soon as he gets the relevant munitions.
Yeah, nice cut-off play here by Loveness, but he still has almost no fuel income on his own.
Yeah, the one great thing about Soviets is their versatility. You can actually play without fuel really successfully, and a lot of players, in fact... Oh, there's some bushes. Good camera work, Matt. A lot of players, in fact, end up like floating crap tons of fuel with Soviets if they go for that kind of Nagano-style kind of VP holding, Tier 2 heavy, into a very slow and stodgy Tier 4. So, yeah, it doesn't necessarily imply a disadvantage as long as you can deny your OKW opponents their fuel.
Oh, this is a powerful assault back onto the cutoff by Talisman. Not much can stop that. He's just going to charge right up the middle, maybe try to return the favour, go for Loveness cutoff.
Could do indeed. Naval Battalion's going for fuel finally. The green cover battle, except some of the Strafniki are out of cover. Faust threatening. Doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, this is just classic Talisman here, just trying to fight these engagements long range. Save his manpower.
Oh, there we go. First Faust of the game. Damaged engine. STGs could finish the job. Gonna have to exit the vehicle. Does so. And continues the fight. Brave combat engineers. As always.
I think the wreck was actually blocking the line of sight of the penals.
Oh, talking of penals, they could be going down there. They'll be alright. The fire's blocking the sight again.
Yeah, so that's why they actually... Oh! Good reaction. But that's why they ran around the wreck actually closer to the stern pioneers, which you don't want to be, because those STGs will rip right through the penals.
They'll rip through you indeed. A combat engineer branching forward and capping his fuel. So Loveness is down on fuel economy, but it's not looking too horrific.
Hospital at headquarters.
Healing up in base.
Yeah, both of them got healing, so at the very least, Talisman's lead so far will mean a slower T70 for Loveness. And I mean, if you can slow down the T70, you're doing a very good job.
SCGs and Car 98s operating in unison, forcing away the SVTs.
Loveness just staying on top of that cutoff though, it just keeps running straight down the middle. It's really, really annoying, that cutoff.
Capping this point, it's a good sign for Talisman that he's afforded the time to do that, also affording the time to both harvest fuel and put some sandbags up on the central victory point. Well,
Not quite.
Jinx. Can't talk now until saying name 3 times.
They're running in, trying to get around the heavy cover wall there to get some more damage onto the penals. Oh, but the Stern Pioneer's taking quite a lot of damage. Penals have hit 1 now as well. They've got that the last man ability where as they drop models they increase their firepower capabilities a little bit, so they get meaner and meaner as they get lower and lower.
Oh. And here we go, Penal Battalion is going to try and mitigate this situation because Talisman are running quite a few gunfights there, so just in the nick of time. We've also got a tale of 2 fuel points. One's been decapped here by Loveness and one's just been taken here by Talisman.
Yeah, these guys are trading blows, but it feels like Loveness kind of continually going for cutoffs, but not actually controlling fuel that much himself, whereas Talisman kind of controlling both fuels quite often and then just suffering from cutoffs. Feels like he's got a resource advantage so far.
Does seem that way indeed. Combat engineers just about capping the munitions, but here come the Focus Grenadiers. Elsewhere in the centre, cutoff was neutralised, but the Stern Pioneers are there to change the tide of battle.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Loveness calling in some guards now. No light vehicles on the field, but they're still very strong when you can upgrade them with the LMGs.
Which are currently on their way, 40% complete.
Oh, that's not a repeat performance from the first match. He easily dodges that satchel. The thing with satchels is sometimes I feel like they don't trigger the grenade warning, so you just don't notice them.
MG34's in a decent position there. STGs push forward. Elsewhere on the eastern fuel points, we've got a pretty important engagement for Loveness if he wants to keep control of the fuel economy, because we could be seeing a Panzer IV in really good time for Talisman if things continue.
Yeah, I think Talisman really wants to try buy a bit of breathing room on this right-hand side fuel to then get the truck set up over there, so then it's basically uncontestable after that. But it's still, you know, probably about 30 fuel away from doing that, but I'm sure that'll be his plan. Definitely.
Focus Grenadiers soft pedaling away with a nice retreat there. And that's one of the good things if you're a low to medium skilled player or a newbie. One of the things that makes you a better player is soft pedaling, soft retreating, not actually just hitting T or R on your keyboard, just getting in a better position ready for the next fight. And that's one of the things that really sets Talisman in particular aside, or even on elite level. He just does it to a very good standard.
Interesting to see, he hasn't selected commander yet. I mean, he could have gone for special operations stud, tossing out those infiltration grenades, but he's keeping his options open.
He is. Ooh. Penals and Guards, the elite troops that have been the flavour of so many Soviet games and tournaments for so many years.
Talisman did go for early Rakitten just as a precaution against the T70, though. Loveness just starting his tier 3 tick now.
There we go. This level of play, there's no point wasting incendiary grenades. All you'll do is deny the garrison for a little bit.
I'll have to still find some time to get some mines down. Man, it's...
Where did you see the mines, Tyro?
Next to the house in the middle. In the middle.
Ah, this middle.
Yeah, there.
There we go. Ah, should have said this middle.
Ah, yes, okay, this middle.
Ah, good man. Penal battalions see that the Focus Grenadiers are in the garrison. They're going to carry on doing their job of capping for now.
Yeah, they did change the cover around there quite recently.
They did. And there's the example of it. It's now symmetrical, as is the one up here. Penal battalions
Does make a difference, for sure.
Certainly does. Penaltine's in the bushes. Meanwhile, First Grenadier is capping the fuel. That will be double fuel for Talisman should he be victorious. Schwer Panzer Schlepper having a little drive around. Let's see what the truck driver looks like today. Gormless as ever. Gormless. That's why they're truck drivers and not soldiers.
A lot of fighting all across the map.
Indeed, it's there's little pockets and flurries of activity. This battle isn't quite a raging crescendo, isn't quite the climax you would expect a deciding ace game to be yet. But judging by the last game, where it was like kind of this simmer pot of activity and then it all boiled over, I think we could be expecting a similar story in this one. Both players know that having the winner bracket advantage is huge in GCS2. You don't want to get to the grand final from the lower position. I mean, you should thank your lucky stars if you do, but it is an advantage. There's no two ways about it because you've still got the ace in the hole, and they know it, and they're competing as hard as they can to maintain that.
Yeah, well, T70 is about to hit the field, but the tier 4 tick is going up at the same time. It's very nice for you if you can get your tier 4 tick up before the T70 hits, because then even if the T70 is being super aggressive, you can never really lose control of the entire map.
This is pretty standard positioning for the Schwer Panzer headquarters. A little tiny, maybe a bit further back than some of the players might use it.
But
I quite like there, by the way. Some players use it there. It's quite nice.
Covering the fuel is just a very safe tactic.
Definitely. You can't argue with that.
It means that now this T70 can't deny this fuel really.
No, it can't. There we go. We've still got the range indicator of the Schwer Panzer headquarters. Oh, nice shot there on retreat. Loveness finally has wrestled a fuel point, and he's currently hiding behind this cart with a penal, ready to defend said fuel point, but he's got STGs to contend with.
Yeah, now it's going to be infiltration grenades as well. He's finally selected as the commander.
Well dodged by Loveness twice. He dodged both grenades. He's like a boxer, like Muhammad Ali right now. He's floating like a butterfly and stinging like a flower. That was also a miss, but still, that was a really good dodge.
Yeah, that engagement was so well for Loveness, knocking out 2 squads basically and barely losing anything in return.
STGs eat your heart out. Had a force wave for the guards. Don't want to lose any more of those models. Very expensive.
Late retreat on that. Oh man, Stern Pioneers do so much up close.
They do. We've also got penals pushing in the centre. Incendiary rounds initiated. Here comes the T70.
Yeah, so late though, 14 minutes. I mean, it's like, I know it's been on the battlefield for a little bit, but it got Fausted almost straight away. It's barely done any damage so far.
It hasn't. It's currently gotten 3 kills in nearly as many minutes. Oh, good shot there for that guy. He deserves a medal. That was max range.
They're going to exchange satchel.
Oh! Well mitigated. In fact, it may have been a little bit of a bad thing, but here we go. The Penaltines have taken it. They look like
infiltration grenades clears it out immediately. Well played by Talisman.
Well played indeed. That was excellent.
Hangs on to that. Where's this getting at though? He's in a reasonably relevant position to fight this T70.
Perhaps this angle here would be good, but yeah, it's currently stealthily moving around. Oh, now it'll have an angle. There you go.
Sniper's right there though as well.
There's the sniper's circle of fire for you on the screen.
Could wipe those combat engineers on retreat as they cross the road. Looking dicey.
Just as the sniper shot one of the Stern Pioneers, the other 2 guys carried on and finished the job, so fair dues there.
There's a steal, those men.
Indeed. Rear armor penetrated. First Grenadiers could Faust. Yes, they will.
That would have been the killing blow if the Raketen landed that shot. Close call there.
So close, but we all know a veteran C0 Raketen max range is a bit of an unpredictable.
Yeah, and the T70 is quite small as well. Hitting at long range tough for any vehicle.
Sniper just got shot at by these Foch Grenadiers. She's going to slowly walk away, turn around.
Losing territory.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I tell you what, now she's going to have to run away.
Yeah. He's going to do infiltration grenades if I stick around here. I got to get out of here.
We've got to watch out for these angles, by the way, so keep an eye on Foch Grenadiers around this area and also around this area later on, because Talisman absolutely loves to throw sneaky infiltration grenades. In fact, it's kind of in the title of the grenade itself, I guess.
Yes. Well, Panzer IV in production now for Talisman, and he should have it out long before Loveness gets a medium tank out. Loveness only has 2 PTRA squads to answer this, so that could be trouble.
Trouble indeed. Stone Pioneers fetch GC3 with 12 kills, pushing into position, making use of these craters, and the medium cover it affords them.
Yeah, they're starting to shred now as they reach some high levels of frequency.
The natural foe of a Garrison MG is, of course, the T-70. It's a 6-year tail there, and T-70 is now going to be possibly able to secure mode cap, maybe.
Yeah, it's got Vet 2 now. It's got that bonus on its sight range when it's in recon mode, so it's just crazy strong. It's not using the recon mode yet, but he will be, because everybody knows how strong it is.
Sometimes it takes a little bit juggling to get the correct player's perspective, but well, and he's not using secure mode quite yet,
no.
but
Panzer IV's on the field, and I imagine the #1 target will be that T-70. I'm sure we want to knock that out.
I'm sure too. Panzer IV's getting a good angle on these guys. Didn't quite hit them though, hit the lamppost instead. Crushes said street lighting fixture.
There's the mine up there as well. It's got to be careful.
Crushes the corner of the house. This Panzer IV is acting like an elephant. It's just stomping around, smashing stuff up.
Yeah, and I don't think I've seen Talisman running around with the sweepers out on Stone Pioneers much, so he's got to be careful.
He has. Got to be careful of stuff like the penal battalion, and it gets the anti-tank satchel, damaged engine, 1/3 of its health dissipated. It's going to be all right though. In the west, Sniper's opening up. She's now claimed a 6th kill. And this time, Tightrope, we're not going to see a counter sniper as such, because of course it's OKW with their asymmetric faction design, etc. And
no, they don't have a sniper, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending if you like snipers. But the natural counter for OKW to a sniper is look off the ground forces and just run at them with the Valiant Assault. But Talisman doesn't have that option. He selected this commander.
I mean, Obers are great, but of course the problem with Obers is when they get hit, it's 40 manpower a pop, you know, and I suppose you just have to rely on the STG Foch Grenadiers, get them on different angles, and try and flank.
Yeah, quite tough to do on this map, though.
Certainly, especially now it's been opened up in this area. There's not this T-section anymore, for example.
Oh, Panzer IV's feeling bold, running straight at the sniper.
God, it is, and it's seen it. It's out of cover. Oh, not quite the shot it wanted. The vaults away. Here come the anti-tank penals.
We have the machine gun upgraded on that Panzer IV, so it's not actually that strong against the infantry. This is doing a pretty good job here from Lovelist. He's just charging at the sniper. He's, I mean, yeah, he's just charging at the sniper. He's not happy about it.
Like a bull in a matador right now, and the bull sees red, and jabbed because of it. Panzer IV in a nice position behind this house, just dealing shots left and right. Vet 5 Foch Grenadiers go to cap the fuel. This hasn't been quite as fervent or aggressive as Game 2, which is an all-time classic and in the history books already, but this is a very tense and very important upper bracket final deciding game. So we have to respect that the players are playing their absolute hardest, and they're currently pretty much cancelling each other out with their aggression. Victory points very similar, army sizes and veterancies very similar, and we are going to see possibly a raising crescendo as the stakes in this particular game force the players into doing drastic actions.
Yeah, the main disadvantage right now for Loveness is he doesn't have his tech down. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have his tier 4 tech out. And that costs quite a lot of manpower, which he seems to be a little bit short of currently. So his next piece of armor is going to be quite far away because of it. Looks like he's finally starting his tier 4 tech now, but it's very late.
Yeah, it is late. And Talisman will of course have the command Panther in this game, which is going to be so good at doing its job. I can hear something. And Four's ready for action once more. It's only gotten the 5 kills so far, so it's hardly been a game changer, but certainly smashed up the scenery. Oh, I tell you what, that could be one dead MG. It needs to get out of there. Oh, Guards with the shot through the window.
Yes, it was actually the sniper there. Now
was
the sniper, yeah, the sniper has 100% accuracy against buildings now. So,
of course it does.
Yeah, guaranteed kill every time it shoots. And I guess Talisman maybe using the tactical map. Buildings don't show up that well on the tactical map. Maybe just overlooked it.
Maybe the endurance master, the guy that likes to make other players uncomfortable by making the games as long as possible. Maybe he's just feeling it a little bit right now. What is it? What's happening? He's having a lull in his precision, and he's in a bit of a trough in terms of his skill right now. You know, it comes and goes, especially in a long endurance battle that can become possible with Company of Heroes. And right now we've just seen a few sloppy errors by Talisman. He needs to refocus and regain the energy that's caused him to get to this position. He put everything into game 2. He needs to continue it. He owes it to himself.
Oh, he can't get the second shot off.
Oh no!
He snuck that up there, but just didn't get any rewards for it.
There we go. Mark vehicle engaged.
That sniper's causing so many headaches. You can tell he's really sick of it now.
It must be 19 kills. 2 Panzer IVs incoming. I mean, you know, snipers can't really do anything against tanks. I suppose that'll help him a little bit, keep the sniper away, possibly. But also we have the 85 on the way.
Yep, but we saw how good Talisman was with multiple attacks last game.
Oh, I tell you what, this could be a flank. This could be a flank. So Loveness is going to go this way instead. Great positioning. Ziskun's going to shoulder the burden of the fire, and the sniper's going to get it the hell out of there.
Just somebody coming back up to force that squad away without any issues.
Capping up the north. He has control of the south. He's also capping the centre. The sniper has occupied that territory right now as well. This MG's setting up, but for how long?
Yeah, and look at the amount of variancy we have on both sides. Vet 5, Vet 4, all on the side of Talisman, and Vet 3 right across the board basically for Loveness. Great preservation so far.
It really is. Look at those ashen skies as we see the battle before us. A huge battle with crater-marked landscapes and destroyed houses where civilians once occupied, because these two armies are going to war. These two players are asking each other who wants it more. Right now, it's anybody's game. Oh, huge barrage. Vet 5 first grenadier nearly goes down. Panzer IV against the guards in the centre. Meanwhile, we've got this engagement here with the Raketenwerfer being pushed away. That was an interesting one.
Yeah, he does need that. Oh man, that's trouble for the Stern Pioneer.
Oh no, Stern Pioneer's down. That's a big loss. Also, First Grenadiers in dire straits. That could have been even a bigger loss in combination.
Oh, that's a big problem for Talisman. He really needs them for repairs now. He's not going to be able to use his Panzer Force to their maximum effect without the repairs. He has to rebuild them. He doesn't have the mechanized trucks, so he can't fall back on those repairs like a lot of other players do in this tournament.
T-3485 up against the First Grenadiers.
Oh, he cancelled the Faust himself. He didn't think it was going to connect.
Damn.
That could have been it. Second Panzer IV came in for support.
Oh, damn. Only he'd committed to that there. Both tanks on the edges of your vision. They're operating in parallel because they're gunning for this T-34, which surely due to the fuel and the manpower count is going to have an ally of its own very shortly.
Yeah, and they are a bit beefier than the Artillery Panzer IV. Artillery Panzer IV has a lot more armor, but T-34 has more health.
Can tank shots quite a lot more.
But it's quite a close matchup, and they are very similarly priced as well.
Sniper's now with 24 kills. She's acquitted herself beautifully. Ziscon in perfect position to push away this Panzer IV. You just can't operate with freedom right now. Second one's now battle ready. In the north, we've got this going on with Vet 5 First Grenadiers just lying in wait.
You could just see this was going to be an infiltration grenade situation.
I know.
Yeah.
Talisman.
Yeah.
Doing talisman things.
They're so cheap for how strong they are. It's really really nice.
15 munitions. The reason why they're overpowered is because the mitigating factor is meant to be that you have to be out of combat. But what they didn't take into account when they were designing it is squads are out of combat all the time because of the retreat mechanic. So you're always rushing back to base and coming back out. So you just get 15 munition, awesome grenade every time you do. So
yeah, I don't think it's that overpowered really, but certainly very good.
Definitely think it could be do like 20 maybe, 25, something like that.
Uh-oh. Oh, nice rocket positioning there. Tide.
Oh, good long-range shot by the Raketwerfer. That's what Veterans will do for you. Nice work by this Panzer. Sturmgewehrs, the French Grenadiers trying to follow up on this Veterancy 3, and the Panzer finishes the job. That's a big combat engineer loss because, of course, it can repair faster and repair under fire without damage. And you want to keep it, especially now you're starting to build up a tank armada with the second 85 on the horizon.
Yeah, remember, he didn't build a second combat engineer earlier, so he doesn't have any right now. He's relying entirely on the crew repairs.
He does, which he does have, of course, but it is always nice to have a Vet 3 combat engineer to help out.
That being said, I don't think we've seen Talisman plant mines, so he doesn't really have to worry on that front. I'm actually quite curious. He hasn't planted any as far as I
Loveless
remember.
is like, is he still there? Oh, yes he is. Yeah. No, he's not there anymore. The First Grenadiers kind of do the job. Oh, do you know what Talisman's doing now? He's actually letting him get there, so then he can go behind and throw the infiltration grenades over the bush, probably.
Well, I think he's expecting a vehicle to come up there and try force the squad away. So he's kind of predicting that, moving back into a more suitable building to deal with the vehicle.
Cool. It's funny that we can talk about a small patch of grass.
Yes.
It's got so many connotations, you know. Ziscon with its light artillery barrage, field artillery barrage, whatever it's called. Yeah, I was right. Never doubt yourself, Matt. Never doubt yourself. Damn it. Okay. Penal Battalion doing the work of the Soviet Union. I was going to say God's work, but of course it's quite an atheistic nation. And forcing away these infantry squads.
How many kills has that sniper got so far?
Oh,
must be stacking them up.
Have a guess.
32.
I'm going to vest 31, so I'll be closer. 26.
Oh,
yes.
Did me dirty.
That did you good, didn't I? Always go twat a second. What a series this has been. For those that are only just tuning in, the first game was ended with one of the coolest infiltration. Sorry, what kind of grenade was it? Wasn't it finish off game one?
Satchel.
Satchel, that was it. It was Loveness that won game one, of course, with an incredible 2-squad Satchel. And then game two was just possibly the game of the series with Talisman and some incredible tank battles and sniper battles.
These guys are still just duking it out. I mean, slightly behind in terms of VPs, but army sizes are still super close.
Now stand at 300 points.
Oh, but Lovelace is about to get a third tank. Could that be the turning point?
Could indeed be building a positive tank armada. Oh! Walking forward into artillery fire. What brave man!
That was a close call.
It was indeed. Panzer IV with some excellent shots there. Ziskin likewise.
Yeah, just trading blows, both of them holding on to like a similar amount of territory and just exchanging the VPs.
Crew, get ready.
Panzer IV receiving its repairs or rushing into battle because it knows the sniper's there. That could have been good.
Close call, nice awareness by Talisman.
Oh, something lurks on the horizon. Going to take a little poke.
He's moved his this up in support as well.
Excellent. What a great shot there. Will he finish it up with the penal battalions and the Ziskin? Oh. Yes, he will. Out of control goes the Panzer IV. What an expert maneuver. And finish with aplomb by Lovenest. Legendary.
Just didn't even react to that. He didn't even try to move it back.
I think he's feeling a bit beleaguered in this game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Talisman, I think he left nothing left on the table in Game 2. He threw everything, including the kitchen sink, the plumbing, and the sewage works around the building at Lovenest in that previous game, and that's left him with nothing but an empty hole where all the house used to be. Because that performance in Game 2 by Talisman was superhuman, I thought it was amazing. He could use everything from the tank micro to the sniper micro, etc. And now we're seeing a few little errors creeping in, and it must be that he's, you know, a little bit of a lull.
Yeah, well, during this he has secured the triple cap and very close to being able to pull in that command panther. Uh-oh. Oh. There's one more shot to penetrate.
He needs it, he wants it, and he's not going to get it, unfortunately.
Yeah, plays it safe there, not trying to dive in and end up losing it to this.
The tank's on holiday, look. He's got his little bikini on, he's just by the beach. That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even tanks need holidays.
Panther, ready for action.
Oh, talking of tanks, this one's fresh out of the factory.
Sporting some nice camouflage too.
Oh, it's beautiful. The players were able to buy their own camouflage. They were given, Andy at Relic gifted all the GCS2 accounts loads of supply. And we just said to the players, yeah, we bought you all the commanders, don't worry about that, but you buy your own skins before the game. So it's interesting. It's like you're coming into the most fierce competitive game of all time and you've been asked to buy some skins. And they've done so. Talisman chose these. Nice. Looking good.
Well, that's the Command Panther unique skin.
Is it?
Yes.
Do you get it out of that anyway? Or
similar to the Tigeist that has its own skin.
Did that completely negate everything I just said?
Basically, but
okay,
we'll just
fair
gloss over that quickly.
Okay. Oh, yeah. We do a lot of that, you and I, Tightrope. Here we go, we got Ziskin in perfect position, Veteran 3, Veteran 3 sniper. Holy crap, that ascended quickly.
Yeah, 35 now. Stacked up another 9 kills, seems to be checked on at last.
Talisman's trying to push into the battlefield with a line of infantry, but they're meeting a line of defense from Lovenest.
Yeah, he needs his command panther in support here. Sniper just, you know, picking off the model, backpedaling, rinse and repeats, getting so many kills as Talisman charges towards it.
Oh. 34. Oh, nice shot. Could have been a lot better though. Bit fortunate they survived. We've got engagements in the north. That's a well-rested tank reversing away. Oh, and this one having a trouble with the push there. Kettenwerfer is doing well, Tightrope. 4 stars of veterancy, no kills, but a lot of damage, and it's just in a great position. It can. It's in a V-shaped line of sight. I mean, this T-34 doesn't know what's going to hit it if it can see it.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, Lovenest has the triple cap, and Talisman's bleeding a lot as he charges forward with his infantry and just shot to pieces by the guards, the sniper, and all of Lovenest's tanks.
Lovenest is just lying in wait. He sees all the angles. Oh, but look at this. Talisman's getting ready to push him off. He's got the Command Panther leading the line as the arrowhead and the shaft as these two Veteran C5 Focus Grenadiers with their STGs about to blare will be able to recapture the central victory point. Elsewhere in the south, he's used the Panzer IV to push away this penal squad. So this is an assault on 2 fronts by Talisman, and he chose great methods to execute that assault.
Yeah, well, he's got the intelligence because he's put down the artillery flares, so he knows exactly where all of Lovenest's units are. It's allowing him to pick the exact right battles that he wants.
There we go, sweeping as well and pushing. And he's reclaimed 2 victory points. Well played, Talisman.
It really comes down to Lovely's Zis position right now. He's got a Vet 3 Zis as well, so keep that in a relevant position. He can really dish it out in this market.
Nice shot there. Stern Pioneers, Folks Grenadiers do some good capping. And Talisman's definitely in this, as is Love Nest. And we were starting to count Talisman out, but you'd be a fool to do that. And I think you could accuse, probably more so, because I would never accuse Tyra of being a fool, of being ever so slightly foolish there, because he's already seemingly on the cusp of being back in this thing, even though Love Nest was starting to look all-powerful, and he was knocking on Talisman's door. And not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin, Talisman said. I'll stop. It's fine.
Right.
Cheers.
Well, the question is, Love Nest, he's pretty much at his supply limit, so like, is he going to try squeeze one more unit in there? Or is he just going to keep it banked up for replacements as soon as he loses something?
Yeah, pop cap for Love Nest, seemingly. Can't really squeeze much in there. Talisman has a little bit of leeway, though. He's battling so much to get in this, though. He's losing a lot of manpower, and Love Nest, meanwhile, has 670 and counting, and a lot of fuel to boot.
Yeah, he just keeps pushing through the middle, but he's really stiff resistant from Love Nest.
The tanks, one of them with his rear armour facing tough as a Faust. So the Panzer IV rushes in. The Rakettenwerfer is going to help out. T-34 with a great shot. Rakettenwerfer likewise. Ooh, MG-34's now deep-crewed. It had veterancy, that's a shame.
Oh, he gets the kill!
Oh, nice by the Panzer IV. Reaching veterancy 4. Takes out that T-34.
Yeah, and he switches it off to a SU-85 now. Something a little bit beefy against the heavy armour of these 2 tanks.
Yeah, and that's the advantage of Love Nest having such a dominant position for the past few minutes. He's been able to bank manpower and fuel, and he barely even suffered that hit. I mean, I know it was a veteran T-34, etc., but an SU-85s are fantastic replacements in this situation.
Oh, sniper in the middle. Oh, no, you almost wiped that squad that's retreating right now.
Oh, I see, sorry. Really fast repair times the Stern Pioneers. This hero of the Reich will be ready for war once more. It is a veritable war machine.
Yeah, Talisman on the back of that, he's back onto the battlefield a little bit quicker, trying to get some teardown control. They're at a bit of a stalemate right now.
They absolutely are. Got a little bit of an engagement in the north as well. It was Penal Squad Vet 3, incendiary grenade though. Love Nest, has he seen it? Is he watching?
Oh, this is a late retreat.
It's very late. It's a very dead squad. I'm just going to very quickly look in the mid, see what we're missing. We're not missing much, because this is one dead Penal.
Oh, they've got a good chance of getting away here.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, my lordy Jesus. That was close.
Oh, man.
How you called that?
Yeah, like...
You can't even say it. Come on.
It was a close call, but...
Oh, yeah, we'll calculate. I'm tightrope.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
well,
no worries.
yeah.
No worries. 1 pixel of health. It's fine. Happy days. Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, it's a warning shot. I'm on the field now, mate.
Yep.
Watch yourself.
No.
Oh, Vet 5 on there again. Look at it go.
Oh. Lovely stuff. Thing's a monster.
Yeah, crazy fire rate.
A little bit of a push out from Love Nest over here. Getting this elite detachment.
Almost dead even on VPs too.
Wow.
Another super close match.
New Panzer IV comes out. So let's do a roll call of the armies. Veterancy 3 sniper on 46 kills. We've got elite infantry for days for Love Nest. He's also got a Veterancy 3 Zis gun. We've got an Su-85 vanilla fresh on the battlefield, 2 T-34-85s, and that's just the Soviet army. OKW, of course, we've got a lot of Veterancy 5 Folks Grenadiers, 4 of them in total, a fresh Stern Pioneer, a Veterancy 5 Hero Rakettenwerfer. We now have nice infiltration grenade, T-34-85 going for the crush. Got, of course, the Command Panther and the 2 T-34, sorry, the 2 Panzer IVs. It's looking hot, it's looking heavy, and it's looking like we're ready for a flurry of action and a raging crescendo to this deciding ace game of the upper bracket final for GCS2.
Yeah, these guys are just going to try and pick an engagement that they like. It might come down to a T-gun position, you know, the Raketen sneaking around or Resist being in the right position when Talisman tries to strike. That might decide who wins this game.
Mark vehicle forcing away the Command Panther. Elsewhere in the north, Panzer IVs.
Uh-oh, they kind of got their rear arm exposed and in come two T-34s.
Oh, Love Nest. He's in great position. One of them's an Su-85. He's going to do a good job here. Could it have the follow-up? Has it got the angle? It has on one, but not the right one. Oh, the sniper's getting ever so far up.
Yeah.
What a shot!
Almost in his base. The disrespect.
Oh, God.
Yeah, those guys having licked their wounds as they limp back towards the stern pioneers.
Multiplication grenades are close, but no cigar. And it's like, oh, that sentry grenade worked though. Here we go, two.
Oh, this is so far forwards. That is in big trouble.
It really is. The backpedaling, they're reversing.
Oh, that's going to die.
Oh, all that penetration rate fire bonuses are now a thing of the past. You won't even be able to start again because it looks like these Folks Grenadiers are going to take it.
Yeah,
maybe.
is he going to salvage it maybe?
Salvage it, nice.
Yeah, good choice.
Turn it into something better. Mission complete, 5 fuel. It's just a safer option though, isn't it? Because the T-34 could have... That's a fresh one, by the way. Fresh from the Ural Mountains.
That is a huge army of tanks for Loveness.
It is, and look at them, they're converging on the centre. Here comes the Command Panther. It could actually be a trap. Veterancy 5, Rakettenwerfer's down. That's the signal to Loveness to rush in, try and find the rear arm of the Command Panther. S-5 misses wildly. Slugfest on Faymanville approach.
Oh man, I'm shocked that that other T-34-85 didn't die. So excellent health. Oh, he's going to steal the Raketen as well.
Oh, lordy. There we go. Loveness with another tactical victory there.
Oh my god, these guys just going back and forth.
We're about to hit. We're about to hit it. I think they're going to draw level on victory points very shortly. When this guy caps this point, we're going to be 1-3-4 for 1-3-4 for a fleeting moment. Oh, just start the game again.
Yes, so evenly matched these two. It's insane.
It absolutely is. Insanity's the word. Because these players are playing at an insane level.
Oh, he's going for more stern pioneers. He wants that quick repair times.
1-3-4, 1-3-4. Let's start the game again. It's equal right now, 1-1.
Hello and welcome, and that's Loveness, and he's on the west side.
This is just an auto match game. Just jumped into it. I thought it might be worth a watch. Let's see who wins.
This is so close, so tense between these two.
Did we catch the sniper dying?
Oh. Did we? I don't know.
I don't believe so. Is that her? No.
Oh, was that slightly further back, was it?
Oh, did you see it?
Is that it? Right there? Up. Is that?
Certainly
Kind of looks like it, right? It looks like a female model.
This is a bit morbid, Tyro. We should stop. We should stop.
Well,
I feel like we creeped out there. Oh, that looks like a female corpse. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Panzer IV in a good position. Going to force away this penal battalion. Oh, nice shot there. Vet 5 STGs. Oh, with another good shot through the bushes that time. Nice work. Oh, Lord. Oh, he missed. Oh, he's so lucky to have that retreat talisman. He doesn't know his lucky stars there. That was such a late retreat.
Yeah, T-34 just has such wayward aim.
Oh, this battle's really heating up now. Stolen Rakettenwerfer opening up. We've got the penals pushing in. Meanwhile, the First Grenadiers are pushing for that fuel point, and he's getting the southern victory point. This game is anybody's for the making.
That Su-85 is just thumping away in the back lines as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what a shot by that Panzer IV there. The trading blows on Faymanville approach. Loveness might have the victory points lead, but for how long?
Yeah, I mean, the could be level pickings, you know, if the other Fox Community died in the north, but this one could go down here. Picture retreat path.
Loveness has a lot of manpower. He can make up for his losses. He has 500 in the bank, which really can't afford to die. T-34 couldn't get the shot. Oh, he gets a shot on it, of its own.
Command Panther doing a really good job. But he's just got to be so worried about this SU-85 and Raketen combo.
There's an engagement in the north. Let's check it out.
Oh, this could go down.
Could indeed. Oh, to the rescue. Oh, top.
There he pops the button.
Ah, the button indeed.
He's trying to get round behind it, but doesn't manage to.
No.
Still, Loveness holding on to these VPs. Talisman has dipped down to 90 now.
There we go, forced away. Elsewhere in the south, Loveness is going in for the kill. And this would be a triple cap if he gets it. Oh, with a huge shot. 3 models down, possibly more. Just out of range of that particular shot.
Yeah, it seems like Talisman maybe needs to go for a little bit of all in here, try and knock something out.
Speaking of which, here's a possible knockout.
Here he goes.
He's going in for it. One Panzer IV's going in for the SU-85. That lumbering beast can't turn fast enough. With another shot, it's now depleted in health. Meanwhile, the Command Panther's firing, but the stolen Raketenwerfer's got its flank. There you go, SU-85 down. Here comes the other Panzer IV. T-34, Veteran C2 could be taken out with this next shot.
Bounce. And there's mine there if he tries to chase any further.
It's all going down right now, as is the Penal Battalion.
He's in big trouble.
He's in huge trouble. Oh, he's a lucky man. Raketenwerfer's now pushed up, so he needs to watch out. There you go, big shot in. Here comes the Veteran C2, T-34-85. He's gunning for him. He wants him. He wants it badly.
He's having to bring his low health tanks in. Oh man, 1-2 punch. Down it goes. Abandoned though.
1 in 20 chance there, enacted, and it's abandoned. And this game is anybody's for the making. Talisman is 44 victory points, so that's the big story.
He got a lot of kills there, but he's still suffering the VP drain. He's getting super low. He needs to get on those VPs.
He's getting super low and super desperate. Panzer command tank pushing in. Meanwhile, 2 Stern Pioneers repairing
so quickly.
They are. They've got glow torches made by NASA there, probably something. It's just ridiculous. With nanobot technology.
Loveness having to rely on the crew repairs, so they're going to be out of commission for quite some time.
And that's all the difference when it gets this hot and heavy, and when every single victory point matters. Oh no! That is brutality in its purest form. 5 lives were extinguished.
Oh, he's going to get the Faust in here too.
Of an eye, as the Faust threads the eye of the needle, gets the shot off on the T-34. Where's the follow-up? There's the follow-up.
Yeah, he's chasing it down now. That's some good luck. Oh, but another tank's trying to come around on the front. Oh, he penetrates every hit though. Every
shot's penetrating as the T-34 is about to find the angles. Can't quite get the accuracy though. This is a huge battle, and we now have to look at this Veteran C5 Panzer IV that has pushed up and deep into Loveness territories. What is this game? 32 victory points, and all of a sudden Talisman has grown in magnitude and stature, and he's risen to the occasion, and he's battling hard and heavy. Might detonate that mine. Watch out for that one.
Oh, I thought that mine was going to go off.
Oh, it could have done.
Yeah.
It was a close thing. And if anything was a close thing, it's this game right now. 32 victory points are such a slender margin, and Talisman's operating on slender margins. Usually he likes to operate with a huge margin of supremacy. In this case, he's been pushed out of his comfort zone, and he's been a huge general, and he's just risen to the occasion.
Those armor control this game has just been so impressive. Just constantly microing his tanks forward and back, getting the right hits in and keeping them safe, keeping them alive.
Oh, Loveness just hits it. 99 victory points, double-digit figures for both competitors in this raging crescendo to an upper bracket final. Game 3, ace game decider, Loveness versus Talisman. Who's gonna win? Raise your ante, chat, and everybody live in attendance. because this is going to be one hell of a finish. I can just feel it right now.
Oh, is he going to lose that bit up? Rickeson, he does. Oh, that's costly.
Oh, and he might lose the T-34 Love Nest. What's going on?
I think that was in crew repair mode. He couldn't move it.
He couldn't, of course. If it's still in combat, he can't move
Throws in
it.
the towel.
And he's now in a position to try and find redemption. But for now, Talisman is unbeaten in GCS2. Wow.
What a match.
What a match. What an ending. What a series. Talisman versus Loveness will go down in history as one of the best series in Company of Heroes history, in my opinion, especially when all the stakes are considered. But to be honest, just in any kind of competition ever, that would have gone down in history. It was great.
So closely matched in those last two games. Just back and forth, decided like just at the last moment when the VP's getting super low. Talisman makes some daring plays with his armor and comes off well ahead.
He did indeed. And we're going to take a momentary break now while we sort things out and get on with the next series, because GCS2 continues as we now go down into the lower brackets where everything is do or die. And we have two possible lower bracket finals for you. We're going to find the winner that will face Talisman, and then of course the ultimate winner that will go into the grand final to face Loveness, sorry. And then we find the grand finalist to face Talisman. So don't go anywhere. I know you won't. See you later.